The history of PlayStation begins in the early 1990s with what might be gaming's most dramatic breakup. Sony and Nintendo were supposed to build a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo, but the deal collapsed at the last minute. Sony felt betrayed, Nintendo moved on, and somewhere in the middle, a legend was born. Welcome to our channel. Sony engineer Ken Kutaragi, now known as the father of PlayStation, decided that if Sony couldn't work with Nintendo, it would simply beat them instead. The original PlayStation launched in Japan in December 1994 and immediately changed gaming forever. It introduced 3D polygon graphics, ditched cartridges for CDs, and became the first console to sell over 100 million units. Not bad for a revenge project. A smaller redesign, the PS1, arrived in 2000 for gamers who wanted the same power, but with less shelf space taken hostage. In March 2000, the PlayStation 2 launched and went on to become the best-selling console of all time, with over 155 million units sold. Its secret weapon wasn't just games, it was the built-in DVD player. Suddenly, even parents wanted a PlayStation. A slimmer model followed in 2004, because apparently the PS2 also decided to go on a diet. The PlayStation 3 introduced Blu-ray discs and the PlayStation Network for online gaming. It also introduced a launch price that made people gasp and a processor so complex it scared developers. Over time, slimmer and quieter versions helped smooth things out, and wallets everywhere finally recovered. The PlayStation 4 marked a strong comeback, focusing on performance and social sharing, and selling 1 million units in its first 24 hours. Later, the PS4 Pro added 4K resolution and HDR, proving that consoles, like phones, can also get midlife upgrades. In 2020, Sony released the PlayStation 5, featuring ultra-fast SSD storage, ray tracing, and the DualSense controller, which somehow makes your hands feel rain, recoil, and regret. A slimmer model arrived in 2023, followed by the PS5 Pro in November 2024, adding AI-powered upscaling and even better ray tracing, because realism apparently has no chill. Sony also ventured into handheld gaming with the PlayStation Portable in 2004, the PlayStation Vita in 2011, and more recently the PlayStation Portal, which lets you play your PS5 while still technically being in the same house. Across every generation, PlayStation's success has been powered by iconic franchises like Gran Turismo, Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, God of War, The Last of Us, and Uncharted. Proof that sometimes, the best way to make history is to take a failed deal very personally. Like, share, and subscribe.